And welcome back to Observation Conversations. This is our July 4th edition of Zillow Gone Wild. Now, where did we leave off?
We are back. So, when we last left off, we were taking our first look at this pad in Victoria, British Columbia, which, for those that don't know, is right here on the tip of Vancouver Island. So, very scenic area. Now, let's have a look at this. We've got about 3 million Canadian, 3 beds, 4 baths, 5-acre lot. Pretty good curb appeal from the outside, wouldn't you say?
I mean, I will say this was one of my choices, and I will say, well, so we did the choices. We chose which ones we wanted just based off the first picture alone and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say I chose this one because something spoke to me about it. It just gave me the impression it's very Emerald City from the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Is the impression I got. Something about those greens and the kind of Art Deco architecture we see on the outside. And that little door off to the left is giving me a little bit of Hobbit energy as well.
Oh, yeah.
Something you'd see in the Shire, certainly. So that's why it caught my eye.
Definitely. I absolutely agree with that. So let's see what we got here.
I will also say, knowing that those are colored RGB lights up there, you definitely could switch it to a red, white, and blue color scheme.
For our 4th of July barbecue, that
or
is
really
true.
for any celebration, you can change the colors.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, Halloween, you
feature.
could do orange and black.
Well, you
Christmas, you can do red and green.
I don't know how you do black lights, but I guess you could turn them off.
I mean, there is a thing.
Just orange.
Yeah. Oh, well, green and orange would work for Halloween as well.
Green
that would, or green and purple even.
Purple.
Yeah. Thanksgiving, brown. I don't know, but
I mean,
orange,
colors,
red,
red,
yeah,
yellow.
Yeah, orange, red, yellow. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I think there's a lot you could do there. So let's see here. Well, I think this is the Hobbit door here.
Yes, and this must be the rose gold corridor.
Yes, I would think so.
Whoa.
Isn't this cozy? Look at this.
Okay. The style of the wood paneling, this blue ceiling, I love this.
Is
that a blue ceiling or is that glass? I think that might be like a sky dome.
Oh. Yeah,
it could be, yeah.
Which would be amazing at night.
I love this.
So a reading nook with a fireplace in it, that's perfect. So warm and cozy.
It's cozy incarnate.
Oh my gosh. Imagine just snuggling up here with a good book and a glass of bourbon or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And you're a big tea drinker,
so
you could drink, so you could sip some tea right here and have a great
time. I could.
Yeah.
Wow. Something that would put me in the mood.
Now this is this a sauna door?
I was going to say this.
I think looks just a circular mirror on a wall.
It did look like a sauna to me. I think it's all the wood.
Yeah, the wood is definitely what's doing it for me. Some nice Japanese lettering back here.
Right.
Very feng shui.
The setup of this room is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of chairs in a half circle, and then is that one chair that they're all facing on the right that we can barely see?
It's hard to tell, but I think so. I think that is another chair.
This looks like an intervention setup.
It does. It really does. I'll tell you what.
This is a great place for AA meetings. Great venue for that. So the day after 4th, the day after the celebration, when everyone's kind of rethinking their choices, perfect setup. We can air it all out.
Exactly. Yeah. Have a nice good talk about it.
Listen, I just want to know where you were on January 6th. That's all this is about.
Wow. And here we have the kitchen, I believe, and a lot of wood paneling. Paneling everywhere.
I dig it though.
This house is my exact.
This is your dream.
Aesthetic for what I want in a home. like the sleek rounded but wood panels with all the earth tones, like the wood chairs with the green cushions. Ugh.
And like the subtle
like
kind of Japanese stylings too.
yes,
Amazing.
the Japanese stylings with a little bit of like that 70s aesthetic and the earth tones.
Oh yeah.
It's like this house was made for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blend of like the 70s,
Oh my
Japanese architecture, and like
Look
Swedish architecture.
Look at this glass piece back here.
Oh my.
Wow. Wowza.
I am.
Look at that desk. That's just like looks like it's just flush with the wall.
Yes. No.
That's so cool.
The furniture elements being built into the wall doesn't help a lot for rearrangeability, but I don't think you have to because it's perfect as is.
Yeah.
Really digging this.
Oh, and the little Art Deco elements everywhere. Oh my.
Now, is this like a workspace? This is like an office space.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it what's going on inside? It's got files and a computer.
It's like a cubicle.
Yeah.
So
but then back here, you've got like tools and stuff. You've got like woodworking tools.
But you know what? That's fine. I would just convert this space to be a bar area.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's good for work at home, but if you're working at home, I don't think you want to be crammed into a cubicle like this anyway. So.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like a 360-degree bar is kind of genius for a party setting.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I have to say,
as it looks right now, or alternatively, if this is near the front of the house, you could keep it this setup, and this can be the check-in area.
Yeah, the reception desk
for the parties. This is where you sign in. This is where coat check is.
Yeah, they just drop your coat on the floor, and then.
And I will say, if you're a big Warhammer fan, I could not imagine a better setup for making and painting your miniatures than all of this right here. You've got workbenches, you've got magnifying glasses, you've got tools.
Warhammer, if you're a model plane enthusiast.
Yeah, model planes, yeah.
But oh my God, that roof with the inset lighting and the olive green paint.
Nice touch. Yeah, Jim is on the verge of he's gonna need to wash his sweatpants if we keep up like this.
God.
That's actually amazing. That it seems like this house has no overhead lighting, which is amazing.
It's all inlaid, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Look
the
at
turret.
This exterior.
There's a turret.
Yeah.
But a tasteful turret. We want to go back to the Mos Eisley we talked about before. That looks like a Mos Eisley turret right there. Definitely. The shape of it.
Definitely does.
This is given Batu right here.
Oh yes.
Oh my God! But if that's the end of it, then the shapes, the colors, the materials, the mossy rocks, the redwood trees.
Well,
will you folks excuse me for?
Yeah. Jim is edging right now, so he might need a minute.
Talk about hardwood flooring.
Well, yes. So obviously, we have found Jim's perfect. This is his ideal right here. This is his perfect home. But we have to ask ourselves: is it the perfect July 4th house? Because
should we talk about the elephant in the room?
We do have to, and allow me to be the one to present it. As this is a brilliant house. It's brilliant. I mean, I absolutely agree. I can see why you love it so much. I love it too. But it has to be a demerit that in our July 4th ranking, this is a Canadian house. We have to talk about the great maple leaf elephant in the room here. It's not in America.
I can provide an argument for that.
Okay.
There are few ideologies, I'm sure you can agree, more American than the idea of manifest destiny. The idea of hosting a 4th of July party in an area that many could, the sun is coming right in right here. If only a divine approval of this house, one might say. What can be more American than the idea of hosting your July 4th get-together in a land that, on the merits of manifest destiny, could be considered rightfully American territory regardless? There was a great big kerfluffle in the 1800s over whether this area was American or not.
Oh yeah.
The Columbia District.
Yep.
How
Vancouver Island.
How better to prove this point? Exactly. Yeah. How better to prove this point than to stake your claim right here in Victoria, British Columbia, and say the Columbia District is American by right. And we will prove that by hosting the most sacred of American celebrations right here.
Yes,
Counterpoint, though. Counterpoint. Is there anything more British than occupying and colonizing territory that isn't yours?
I don't know.
Not to mention, this house is in the middle of the woods, so visibility for fireworks is not great.
Well, yeah, you'll have to supply your own fireworks, so it's not going to be anything happening around you on July 4th on Vancouver Island. So you'll have to supply your own fireworks. That's
fine. I'm sure there's a lake nearby. You can get a boat.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Put the fireworks all out on the raft, set them off there. And by the way, that's very American as well. Especially if we're talking about the era of Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
The idea of claiming something, just unilaterally claiming something for your own country, very American too. Sure. I mean, this is the era of the U.S. Philippines and the U.S. Hawaii, banana republics.
Yeah.
That it's a very American tradition as well.
Definitely.
It's one of the things that we looked at Britain and said, maybe they're doing something right there.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, well, let's take what they're doing and do it our way. We'll do it better, basically.
And also the merit of, one could argue that this isn't claiming something that isn't yours. There were a lot of very reasonable arguments from the time period that said that the western coast of North America was American by right. And we only give it to the British as a compromise. So I say the most un-American thing about any of that was compromising with Britain. And we are undoing that wrong by having this 4th of July party here.
Well, I have to say, your arguments are very creative, and I certainly want to agree with you. But at the end of the day, I have to come back to the literal facts. And the facts of the matter are is that this is legally, statutorily, in Canada. And in Canada, in the nation of Canada, they are not only a member of the Commonwealth, but they still keep the British monarch as their head of state. King Charles reigns in Canada. And so, as
Queen Elizabeth is on their money, isn't she?
Oh yeah, well, whoever the monarch happens to be at the time is on their money. So it was Queen Elizabeth.
Did they reprint?
Yeah, well, they have to. I mean, it has to always be who's monarch of the time. So when Queen Elizabeth died 2 years ago,
I feel like that's shit for the economy. Every time a monarch dies, you basically double your.
Well, I mean, the old money. I mean,
or does it just become counterfeit at that point? Like I don't.
But they just start printing new money with the new monarch. So for the past 2 years, you would see King Charles III's face on at least British pounds. I don't know if that's the case in Canada, but in Canada, they're a Commonwealth member. They keep the British monarch as their head of state. And so King George would approve of nothing more than his direct descendant being the person who reigns over one of these houses. And so I have to say, for me, I feel like it has to be King George approves. King George III's great grandson now is the head of state here.
I'm going to trust that you were accurate on that.
Yeah, I may have been off by one grade, but I think I'm roughly there.
Or
it's plus or minus one generation. Like it's
fine.
The house is so nice.
The merits of the house itself have to bump it up at least one.
Yeah, I would say red, white, and blay, personally, because it is a nice house.
If we're talking about in the spirit of compromise that this region is historically significant for. Let's compromise and put it right in the middle.
Okay, I think that's fair. All right, so that brings us to the end of Jim's selections. Now we come to Reid's nominations. So what do we have here? This is Reid's first pick. It's an 1870s historical home that was formerly owned by Elias and Hetty Woodstone. Whoever that is, whoever they are, has a secret vault.
Hetty Woodstone?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, she knew how to spit on it.
I'm telling you. It has a secret vault and used to be the site. Oh, guys. Guys, we have to lock in right now because it used to be the site of a Revolutionary War encampment.
That's what I was saying.
That's
Yankee
huge.
Doodle dandy right now, bro.
That's huge. So,
yeah,
okay.
Right?
Let's get into this.
But let's address. Well, we might need to do some further research because, like you said, encampment for who? That's important.
That's true. It doesn't say where this is. Normally, it would tell us where this is, but we don't know. Where is the Elias and Hetty Woodstone house? Apparently, we have to watch Ghosts on CBS to find out. Ghosts airing on Thursdays
Oh my God!
on CBS.
Wait, that is the house that they filmed that show at, isn't it?
I've never seen it. I don't know.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips, and I just now recognized it. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Ghosts CBS.
It's in Ulster County, Hudson Valley, upstate New York. So I'm not from that region of the world, so you guys will have to tell me where Ulster County, Hudson Valley is. But that's where it is.
Hudson Valley.
Well, the Hudson Valley, that's going to be, in between New York and Albany.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not really familiar with anything New York outside of New York City.
Good. Go on Google Maps and see if you put in Woodstone Mansion, if it yields any results. Or put in Woodstone Mansion, New York, because you're focusing on Vancouver right now.
Okay, well.
I guess not.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Well, let's assume it's American. Let's assume that it was the Patriots who were.
Sure. Yeah. For our purposes.
I have arguments for either side depending. So, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. So, definitely an old house. This is a house that's seen a few years.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely giving.
I can see why this was chosen to be the main setting of a TV show called Ghosts.
Yeah. It is unfortunately spooky inside, but it is fairly colonial.
It is,
which is in keeping with Americana.
Yeah, you know what it needs to just be a great colonial event house? A coat of paint on the interior walls. That's what it needs.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
like a nice off-white, like a cream. Do wonders.
Wow, I mean,
or they could just literally dust any surface of this house, and that would be a major improvement.
I mean, I don't know if they're enhancing the effect of the oldness of everything for the show, or if this is just how it looks. But everything is so old school.
Yeah, this could be set dressing. Who knows? Oh my gosh,
that is a top hat.
This looks like the office of one of the more eccentric founding fathers for sure.
Oh
yeah. This has to be set dressing too, because look at the spider webs on the right.
Yeah,
there.
the cobwebs. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the fake webs that they.
Yeah, this looks like the lobby
Halloween stores.
This looks like the lobby of the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've literally seen his bedroom in one of the Conjuring movies. What about in the Conjuring 1? Isn't this the exact place where they filmed the Conjuring 1?
It might be.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, to your point, it's the perfect setting for a show called Ghosts.
Yeah.
This could be an interesting sequel. We could do a ranking on. Because I think there's a couple of these. We could do a ranking on posts that are of houses from TVs and movies.
Oh, yes. And I know we have at least one more that's featured in film and TV coming up, so look forward to that. But, okay, well.
So, this house, if you want to do a Revolutionary War colonial costume party.
Yes.
Where you all dress up in like the period accurate regalia. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is the one thing it could be good for is if you're staging a reenactment outside, this could be a great home base for that reenactment.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Sure.
But
I'm thinking of
live
this.
here?
No, yeah, I'm thinking of this in two different minds. The mind of this as a home, and the mind of this as a chill, laid back summer 4th of July party, and it doesn't fit either of those criteria for me.
Yeah. I have to agree. It's impossible to imagine hosting a cookout or a barbecue at this house.
It's just too depressing.
And it's not giving me American colonial either. It's giving me English countryside aristocratic.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
That ferret with the top hat. That's something.
It's very funny.
That's something a baronet would have in their house.
Yeah. I mean, it's very funny. I'll give it that. But yeah, I mean, this is very clearly, as we've been talking about, this has very clearly been, set dressed and stage managed for the show to make it, enhance the spooky elements. And
if you wanted this house for events, this is a fall and winter holiday house.
Halloween,
yeah,
perfect.
I could see this house be Halloween perfect. I could see this house being dressed up very well for a Christmas type party too.
Oh sure, oh yeah.
A cozy Christmas party, but
yeah.
a summer.
That house does not have AC. You just know it.
No.
I will say though,
it would not work at all.
No, it would smell like just.
Yeah, it would just belch out sulfur.
Yeah.
And not cool anything.
I will say though, one way to potentially have an amazing 4th of July party is if this house was a British encampment during the Revolutionary War. What you do is you set off a bunch of fireworks inside the house
and burn it down.
Burn it to the ground.
And that would be fucking rad.
Yeah. I will say
I don't think that does enough to justify this house.
Yeah, that might also plummet the property value because keep in mind we have bought the house.
That's true. Although there is not a price listed on that post, so
that's true.
As far as we know, it could be free.
Yeah. If anything happens to it, CBS pays for it, so it's not on us. I think true. CBS can afford it. I think the one thing, if we assume that it was a Patriot encampment, that's the one thing it has going for it. Other than that, it's a pretty terrible place to host a party and otherwise celebrate July 4th. So
let's give one to Georgie.
I think we
gotta start filling out that bottom row.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. All right, well, on to the next. We have Reid's next pick. Now, Reid, this was baffling when you nominated this because on first glance, this appears to be just a gravel pit. There's nothing here. So let's see.
You might need to refresh because my screen is frozen again.
Oh,
I still see the
tier list.
There we go.
Yeah, you see that? We're good. Good to go.
Yep.
Good to go.
Perfect. Okay, so with the current heat wave around America, I can't think of a better deal than this place in Bunker Hill, West Virginia, that comes with your every own pool on 0.67 acres, currently listed for only $175,000. All it needs is a little TLC.
Well, point something out first to its credit. What's the name of the town it's in?
Bunker Hill.
A very famous Revolutionary War battlefield.
Yes. Now,
not this Bunker Hill.
That's a different Bunker Hill, but this is a Bunker Hill.
It has the patriotic name going for it.
Yes. So it's saying 4 beds, 2 baths. So let's see what else there is going on here.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no furniture.
Okay.
That's downside.
Damn it.
We can provide furniture.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's only 175,000, so
I feel like I've noticed a lot of wires so far.
Yeah, I think there's been perhaps some refurbishments going on.
In progress.
Yeah, in progress. Well.
Bathroom with no toilet.
Well, yeah. Here's the bathroom.
You're gonna have to almost stop.
It's got a bath and it's a room, so it's the bathroom.
Yes.
I just hope you weren't expecting a toilet.
It's a freshening room.
Oh,
okay.
Whoa.
So
Indoor
here's the
pool.
pool. It's
indoor pool. Interesting.
It has guys. It has a pool.
Yes, an indoor pool.
The water's a little green.
Yeah, we'll have to drain it. That's not ideal.
We can add some chlorine in there. We can freshen it up.
Just pour a bunch of chlorine in there. That should take care of it.
The condition of the pool is a bit concerning when you consider the fact that it's not even an outdoor pool. So how did this much bacteria get into it?
That is the point.
We say refurbishment's in progress. It's just as likely that this is refurbishment abandoned. And just never finished.
I will say, though, this pool does have a water slide.
Yes.
It does have a water slide, but that looks more like a temporary water slide for a temporary pool.
Yes.
I feel like if anyone above the age of 11 tries to get on that, it will collapse. It's crumbling.
Yeah. If anyone who weighs more than 100 pounds sets foot on that thing, it will collapse.
It does have a hot tub.
Yes. In the corner.
It's just propped up against the wall.
Propped up against the wall.
Not currently in a condition to be used, but it is present.
So yeah, that's that. And a diving board as well. We didn't know that. Okay.
And a garage door.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, so you can go to park your car and it just falls into the water.
Yeah, it appears that an entire adjunct building has been added to the original structure.
Think about this. In the winter months when you're not using the pool anyway, and you need to keep your car shielded from the elements, you put a floor over the pool, and you can use that as your garage in the winter months.
That's true.
Or you just freeze the pool over.
Yeah.
And park the car on a sheet of ice.
It gets chilly in West Virginia. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So this ended up being an ass pick.
Well, it's very cheap. It's in a budget.
That is true. Actually,
and look at all
outside of my budget, but
look at all of this barbecue space.
That is why I picked it. If you look at this massive gravel driveway, there is so much space for setting off your own fireworks.
Yes.
That's just something that a lot of these other houses didn't really have.
For setting up your outdoor party, limitless potential for this space.
Yeah.
For the outdoor elements.
Yeah.
In fact, let's not even go inside for the party.
Yeah, let's just lock the doors.
Yeah,
and
don't even worry about that.
Like tailgating.
Yeah.
Amazing tailgating space.
Yes.
But everything else,
Yeah, listen.
I think the greatest potential of this property is the land itself.
Yes.
Demolish the house and build a better one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's $175,000 in West Virginia. Yes, it's very homely, but like Samir said, give it a little TLC, give it a little elbow grease. I'm not going to say it's irredeemable. I mean, we've seen some houses on Zillow Gone Wild that are irredeemable. I wouldn't say this is irredeemable.
Yeah.
But we need to consider 4th of July is tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. We have no time to rip it down and build something new.
Yeah.
And in that regard, yeah, I mean, yes, there is some outdoor space. You've got 2/3 of an acre, so that's some land. But yeah, I don't know. I would be deeply underwhelmed if I rolled up to this 4th of July party and all that I had to look forward to was just setting up a grill in a gravel driveway and, not going inside the house at all.
Look. It's not about the venue. It's about the friends we make along the way.
Well, it will have to be at this place. So
yes. That's all you got.
I think we have to give it low marks. I'm sorry, but I think
that's fair.
That King George approved in the sense of this is the kind of living conditions King George wanted for us.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, all right. Well, that's Bunker Hill, West Virginia. Let's move along to your next nomination, Reid, in Highlands, North Carolina. Let's see, where is Highlands, North Carolina? What are we dealing with here?
Probably north of South Carolina. If I
think we can guess that much, but let's see here. Highlands, North Carolina brings us to
just no discernible. No discernible. Yeah.
I think here's Where's Charlotte? Charlotte's over. Okay, so this is far western North Carolina. This is not nearby to any major metro areas.
And you could argue it's not even entirely fully south of South Carolina. I mean, fully north of South Carolina.
That's true, actually. There are parts of South Carolina that are further north. So that is a very good point. Okay, well, let's see what we have here. Was notably once owned by Burt Reynolds and his then wife, Lonnie Anderson.
The most American dude ever.
Yeah,
if you define being American as just being a chill guy who has a dope mustache and does his own thing.
Yeah, you ask anyone on the street to picture an American, they're thinking of Burt Reynolds.
They are absolutely. Even if they don't know who it is, they're thinking of him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is the '70s swarthiest sex icon.
Name a more, a '70s American movie than Smokey and the Bandit.
It's perfect. It's the best.
Drinking beer and outrunning the law.
So we've got a story here. In a letter dated December 23rd, 1983, Reynolds expressed his admiration for the property, stating, "I own about 14 houses.
Jesus.
Whenever I am asked which one is my favorite, without a moment's hesitation," I don't know if this is actually Burt Reynolds, sounds like I'm just putting on a voice. "I always say my house in the mountains. Other than the amazing views and architecture, my favorite feature of the home is probably the unique stone bathroom built by Loney for Burt." Okay, well, Burt Reynolds, out of his 14 houses, his house in the mountains is his favorite. And
I just want to go on the record and say I don't think any person should be allowed to own that many houses.
I would agree.
That's too many houses.
I would certainly agree, but hey, when you're Burt Reynolds, they let you do it. So
if anyone should be allowed to.
Sure.
It's the one exception, woman.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we have.
Don't make his money from exploiting people. He made his money just from being a cool dude.
Yeah. $3 million, 4 beds, 5 baths, about an acre. It is in the mountains. It's up in the hills. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, right off the bat, definitely getting that 70s vibe. That's coming through pretty strongly.
Whoa, narrow hallway.
Very narrow. Wow.
Very un-American.
Love the view.
You gotta have that steady cocaine diet to make it through that hallway.
Yeah. You're gonna be Naruto running back and forth down that hallway, no matter what you do. Whoa, look at this. You got nice. What do you call this? It's like the conversation pit. Yeah, the conversation pit. Which also very honestly,
70s.
That's one of the architectural features from the 70s I wish never died. I think conversation pits are great.
It's funny. You talk to anybody, everyone will agree with you that the conversation pit is a great architectural element.
Yeah.
And yet nobody has them.
I don't know what happened, honestly. Like that was a great American innovation on architecture. I don't know why that went away.
It's not even it's not even like a TV culture takes away from it. You could put a TV right there.
Exactly.
It's not hard to build either. You just dig a little hole and then
basically just
fill it in with cement and
So you want to talk about entertaining guests? A conversation pit?
Already off to a very good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just wood everywhere. I mean, you're definitely, this house is in the forest and of the forest.
Yeah, you want to talk about Manifest Destiny, and you have these like cozy cabin vibes.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
I love the hand outstretched palm chair. Always nice.
He wants to make sure this guy's bringing a ton of ladies to the house, right?
Oh yeah.
So he wants them to know that he's always groping that ass.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, gotta look after the crown jewels. Gotta take care. Love this shower with all the stone. Ooh, look at this.
Yes.
It's like a shower grotto.
This looks like a shower. We were talking about Travel Channel shows earlier. Mm. This looks like a shower that you'd see in one of the weird hotels from the Travel Channel.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
See, this is the kind of shower I wish would have been in the castle we looked at earlier.
Yeah. Mm. And I like...
Because this is so much nicer.
I like and also don't like the fact that... Oh, also, it's a mini tub, too.
Yeah.
Because you have the option of turning it into a tub.
It's a mini tub and it's a cascade shower.
It's a cascade shower. Yeah, so might be a little hard to get a full complete cleaning with a cascade shower. You don't get the faucet, the hard pressed water. So this is more of like a bathing in Roman times type situation.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like it really it's like a grotto. You'd want to chill here and just soak. So.
And just imagine the beautiful girl you have over. She's taking a shower there, and you got
sure, one on each arm.
Yeah, I'm sure that this shower is not very private. I'm sure you can see it from the bed. The bed
that is by design.
Yeah, the bed that Bert's lounging on with his chest hair out.
There's actually a CCTV right above the shower, and it displays in the living room 24/7.
Which, speaking of that chest hair, you can imagine how many times Burt Reynolds has had to call on a plumber to unclog that drain, because that is a hairy man. So that drain is just in hell all the time.
Oh gosh, is there even a drain?
It's probably just a hole
there must be
in the
a drain.
ground.
We don't see the drain, but I have to imagine there's a drain here somewhere.
I hope so.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. Or else that could be a big problem with the functionality of the tub.
And we'll ignore that the tub is definitely too small for an adult to fit in, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't like stuck in your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to really scrunch up to fit in the tub. But if that's not a problem, then you'll have a great time. And then we got one more photo here of the outdoor sitting area, which this is beautiful. I mean, you got the nice outdoor bar here. You've got the sweeping vistas, the hills, the Smoky Mountains out there. Wow, that's gorgeous. So, yeah, I mean, you've got the Burt Reynolds factor. You've got the wooded mountain factor. You've got the cozy cabin factor. It's not perfect. It's got some weird stuff like the narrow hallway, but overall, this is like a nice cabin, But would you want to host a cookout here? Would you want to set off fireworks here, is the question.
I think yes. It's got a little bit of it's got some weird architectural elements to me.
Yeah.
It's not particularly American. But I mean, it's decent. It's a good house.
Like doing like a cookout on that deck with that view in like the summer air.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
Perfect.
It gives summer vibes for sure.
There is no good place to set off fireworks anywhere on that property.
No, there's trees for miles around,
Yeah. Everywhere. So, you can't get away from it.
And you can't even
Not even the balcony because the balcony has an overhang.
Yeah. You'd have to like angle it and then hope it doesn't land in a tree and catch fire. And like there's no nearby towns that you can like catch their
set
fireworks
off a
shows.
Massive forest fire.
Yeah.
That would be a problem.
Yeah.
So it would be a great 4th of July party, but no fireworks.
No fireworks.
So would it be a good 4th of July party at that point?
Can we separate the fireworks from the party? Is that something that we could even do? I don't know. Isn't that an integral part of it?
It kind of is.
It's like going to New Year's and not watching the countdown,
Sure, exactly.
Like it's the tradition.
Yeah.
They are missing.
And so, yeah.
Though, I don't know, if you're just having the afternoon section of the party here, it could work.
That's true.
Doing the fireworks somewhere else.
Yeah.
That is true.
I'm just hesitant to put it low because it does have a lot of things going for it.
It does. No, it's a really nice place.
I think when you take everything into account and take into account fireworks aren't possible, but everything else about it is so great, I think that puts it in blue.
Yeah, I was gonna say blue tier.
Okay, we can do that.
That rounds out blue tier nicely.
All right, there it is. Let's move along to this. Now, this one caught, I think, everybody's eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Capitola, California. Let's pull up where Capitola, California is.
That's right next to Santa Cruz.
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right there on the coast.
Yeah, I've been to Capitola. It's very nice.
In fact, look at the picture for Capitola.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
If you zoom in, I want to see if we can. I'm sure we could find it. It's right by a bay or something. It should be in that red outline where the city is.
You say it's right by a bay. That is the bay.
Well, I mean, like a little inlet inside.
Yeah.
Go zoom in. I think it's right there where the Capitola Venetian Hotel is. I think it's these structures here.
That's a good bet.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right on the money.
He's right. Bingo.
Look at all that space for fireworks on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. You
Amazing.
have a beach.
I mean, awesome location. I mean, truly awesome location. One of the most photographed properties in Santa Cruz, and was modeled as a second Venice, and has a private balcony with views of Capitola Espalon to Monterey Bay, and is nestled between the Stockton Bridge and the Capitola Wharf. On the market now for the first time in 50 years. Yours for just $5.5 million.
I'm not sure how it's Venice, but
Well, I assume they're referring to Venice, California, like Venice Beach.
even still.
I thought it was called Vespucci Beach.
Yes, well, only in GTA, my friend.
Rats.
I don't know. Either way, I mean, if you like, what's that one Greek city that's built around the volcano?
Pompeii?
Santorini.
Santorini, yeah, with the blue domes.
I can see Santorini. I'm not sure about Venice, but that's not relevant.
It's too colorful for Venice, first of all.
Yeah. Well, let's go back.
Yeah.
I mean, the colors are vibrant, very Mediterranean.
The question is, which of these houses is this listing actually about? Because I can't imagine it's all of them. It's definitely just one.
There's no way it's all of them.
Second one. So it's a light blue. It's a
dark blue door.
And a orange door next to it. So I think it's that one right there.
So on the inside, okay.
Inside,
it's giving hotel room.
Yeah. Inside looks like
it's giving motel room.
A Holiday
There is a distinction.
Yeah, this is a Holiday Inn or
a
reasonably priced Airbnb.
Right. What I do like
this Capitola is not a reasonably priced. No Airbnb in Capitola would be.
Yeah. But you've got the beach right there, though. I mean, that's I think got to be the biggest selling point is the beach is right there. This is a beach house. I mean, let's call it what it is. This is a beach house.
Sure. I don't like for the location and for how extravagant the outside is. I don't think they hit the mark with the interior at all.
No.
I think they should have leaned into the theme inside and out. If they're going to have a house like this in a very prominent area and style it like that on the outside and give it a bright coat of paint, they need to commit to the theme on the inside.
Yeah. It's like look at the ceiling in that picture and then go back one. Look at the texture of the wall, and then you keep going back, and like one of the rooms has like popcorn ceiling. And it's like the textures, the ceiling and the walls in this, the textures alone just like give such an ick.
I think the textures work for the style of house that it is.
I think the textures
would come off a lot better if they matched the furnishings and the colors of the interior to that style.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Very, very fair. Yeah, I think
if they went with a Greek sort of vibe for the interior, it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. They could have done a bit more to, as you said, make the themes coherent. But
all they did was throw up a couple giant starfish.
Yeah. But I will say, they could have done more. But as a generic beach house, I think it's fine. I think it's a good generic beach house.
I want my beach house, because I imagine my beach house is not my primary residence.
Yeah.
So I want my beach house to go all out, personally. Yeah. I want it to look like a beach house on the inside.
Because it is specifically not a hotel. It is a beach house.
Yes. If you wanted to stay in a hotel, you wouldn't have bought the beach house.
Exactly.
And so, I think we just have to, so the interior maybe is a bit underwhelming, but I think it's pretty clear that the vast majority of that $5.5 million you're spending is for the location.
Yeah.
I think the location is the big selling point here. And so, yeah, the house isn't very big, not a ton of space for entertaining, but that location in Monterey Bay, you're in Santa Cruz, you're in this beautiful area on the beach. That's got to be a pretty awesome venue to have a barbecue, watch some fireworks, celebrate, host people.
I will say though, it's a public beach, and that's what everyone else is going to be doing.
Exactly. You don't have any space here that is your own space because, I mean, I have to imagine these walkway areas are not your space to use.
Right.
There's no balcony.
Right.
The interior seems pretty small.
And a very small balcony.
The beach is a good 30 to 40 feet away. So if you're having your get together at the beach, are you even really using the house?
Well, that's fair. I guess we have to judge the house and the beach together, not just the beach.
And I will say, if we're taking off, if we're using fireworks as a heavy consideration, probably no fireworks here because it is a California public beach.
Yeah.
Not allowed to set off fireworks here.
Good point.
Probably not even allowed to grill either.
That's true. Yeah. So, yeah,
You've got the beach. So that's summer.
That is something, but it's not. Yeah, the house isn't very big. The interior, they didn't do as much as they could have with it. So those are all fair points. Love the location, but everything else is maybe a little bit lacking. So
I give it yellow.
I was going to say yellow too.
Right,
great location, but the location might actually be working to its disadvantage.
Yeah, at least for a 4th of July celebration.
Yeah, if it wasn't California, if it was like, well, I actually don't even know.
Yeah, what the hell's that supposed to mean?
It means your firework laws are shit, and that's coming from someone who lives in New Jersey, where you're also not really allowed to set off fireworks.
I mean, New Jersey has to be the most restrictive country, the most restrictive state in the country for fireworks, I think.
Is there at least a pier nearby?
This one, yeah, there's the Capitola Wharf.
Yeah, can we go on the map, see how far away that is?
It's literally right there.
Is it?
Yeah, it is right there.
Yeah.
Most of the cities in California that have a pier, on 4th of July they close off the pier and they put a bunch of fireworks at the end of the pier and set them off. So if that's the case, free fireworks show.
Okay, so that could be another point in favor then.
But no grilling sucks.
Isn't it pretty interesting, by the way, that creek makes it all the way to just before the ocean?
Yeah.
And doesn't finish the job.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted that much more beach.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that they
probably
purposely constructed an extra stretch of beach there.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think there's a pipe there. But anyways.
So yeah, keeping it yellow, is that what we want?
I think so.
Yellow.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's.
Had a lot of potential.
Yeah, definitely love the location, but there are some other drawbacks to consider.
That's the gamble with these Zillow Gone Wild things, is that you have no idea what the inside is going to look like.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one you're much closer to the water.
Yeah. You can't get much closer to the water.
This is international waters, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, Reedville, Virginia. Where the heck is Reedville, Virginia?
Don't you have a friend named Reid?
Yeah, funny you should mention that. I do know somebody by that name. Yeah, I swear sometimes.
So original.
I swear, it's like I can still hear his voice. It's like he's in the room with us now. It's incredible.
You say so original. Has the topic of Reedville, Virginia, and then a subsequent joke about it come up often?
That specific context, no. But the Reed to Reed pipeline is very much pre-existing.
I mean, Jim, isn't it
incredible?
I'm trying to think of where else that would come up. Here's
the thing. I was a band kid. I played trombone, which is a brass instrument.
Right.
So every fucking day, people would come up to me and be like, "Hey, why don't you play a reed instrument?"
Yeah. Okay.
And I'd be like, "Ha ha ha, good one."
In that context, yes. I can beat you though, as in middle school name-related bullying. My last name is Bola, And do you know what was happening in the era we were in middle school?
Ebola D's nuts.
Okay, that too.
Oh.
I was going to say the Ebola epidemic, but
yeah,
that too.
that's rough.
That was rough, man. I remember a very specific incident where we had a substitute PE teacher, and when we ran the mile, we had to report our time to the PE teacher at the end of it. So I come up and I say, well, she asks me what my name was, and I say, James Bola, 715. And she said, okay, no, seriously. And I said, James Bola. And she's like, that's not funny. You know, people die from that, right? And I was like, just look at the list. And she looked at it and she's like, oh, I see. Okay. Didn't even apologize.
7:15 is a great mile, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. I used to have stamina.
Yes, indeed. Well, and it's funny too, because I swear one of the very first things you ever told me, one of the very first things I knew about you was the Ebola thing and how irritated you were about getting teased about the Ebola thing. I swear that's one of the very first things I knew about you.
I think when we first met was sort of towards the tail end of the Ebola trend.
Yeah, coming out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn your name into anything bullyable, Jonathan.
I know, which thank God
Jonathan
for that.
Battison or got him.
Nothing protected me in middle school more than having a name that's very difficult to riff on.
Goodison or Battison.
And also, like, instantly becomes a great nickname, which is just Jago. Like, it just works so well.
I never put that together. Oh, that's why your name is. I've always wondered why your name was Jago. I thought it was like a character from something.
No, because his middle name is.
It sounds like a Star Wars character.
Assad, that's right. Yeah, so it's Jago. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I think we just broke some news here. I can't believe this hasn't come up before, but there you go.
Of course. Well, for context, that's your gamer tag.
Exactly. Yeah. So. But okay. Middle school bullying trauma aside, we can make a whole episode just based off of that. But here we've got this structure. I'm not sure what to call it. It's kind of a lighthouse, I suppose.
I think that's a lighthouse for sure.
Yeah, in the Chesapeake Bay.
I picked it because, like, it's a lighthouse listing on Zillow. Like, I have to check this out. So
$500,000.
No idea what's going to be inside. But
and this is very funny. At 0 Smith Point Road, haha. 4 BF. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's just B. Supposed to be B. So 4 bedrooms, 1 bath.
There's a
kind of infinite toilets though.
There's a harem in this place. I mean, you have a supply.
Yeah.
A supply of suitors.
Yeah. Do they come with the property? Is that part of what you're paying for with your $500,000? Well, let's see what we got here.
There's a joke in there about semen, but I'm not the one who's gonna figure it out.
We're too deep into this. Let's just forge ahead.
First of all, these images were pulled off the early days of the internet.
Yeah.
Describing something bad that happened here.
Yes.
The images clearly taken with an Android phone. Like,
the quality of the images gives it a liminal sort of vibe.
Yeah. No, this is, you know what this was? This was taken with a Kodak disposable camera that you bought at CVS, and then you...
not a disposable camera. You see how digitized this is? This is one of those toy digital cameras that you could buy from Toys R Us.
No. Right. Someone took these photos on their Nintendo DS.
On their 3DS.
Yeah.
DSi.
And then you get your negatives, and it's like, well, I'll send this into Fujifilm. Can't wait to get my photos back in 3 months.
They could be disposable camera photos that were forwarded 5 times.
Exactly, yeah. God, it truly was a barbaric era, wasn't it? Well, it's very nautical.
Not a lot of space at all.
No, well, it is a lighthouse. So,
yeah.
I mean, you kind of, it comes with the territory.
Very isolated. The community.
It comes with the territory of literally being in the ocean. So.
Yeah.
Well, imagine this house for the prospective buyer that loves A24 movies.
That's true. Watching the lighthouse in a lighthouse would be awesome. I'll say that.
with one other platonic roommate.
Exactly. Why don't you like me cooking? You just start doing bits from the movie.
Also, what part of the house is this?
Well, this is the porthole, Jim.
But where in the? This is. I mean, as we can.
Okay.
In the caverns.
We know it's
in the
not
caverns.
It's clearly the bathroom. There's a kind of infinite toilets because you pee in the ocean. That's the pee hole.
Well, okay. Hopefully you don't need to poop because look at the.
That is big enough to stick a butt through.
If you're sticking it through, I don't know. I mean, it's completely dark, so I have no sense of how big this hole is. But I imagine if you're holding your butt up to it, it's too thick. Your poop's not going to go out. It's going to hit the ledge.
You're just not flexible enough. You gotta like really bend over and like stick it through.
Oh yeah, could you do a demonstration real quick?
Yeah. You bend over,
right?
like, stick it through.
Thrust
and you're like sitting like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it works. It works just fine.
I'd be a little concerned about. I mean, look how rusty this porthole is. If you're sticking your bare ass through it, and
I got my tetanus shot. I'm not worried.
You're gonna need a tetanus shot.
You're gonna need it.
I already have one. It's fine.
Yeah, my theory is I think that in order to shit, use this hole to shit, you're gonna have to fully climb outside, climb through the hole, climb outside, hang off, use the hole to hang off, and fully hang off the outside, and then shit into the ocean.
At that point, just like go to the front doorstep and like hang off the railing.
Because I mean, also it's going to make wiping a lot harder too, because you're not going to know what are rust stains and what are shit stains.
No, yeah, you have to be very dexterous to navigate this.
I'm sorry, but if you live in this house, you're not wiping. You're taking a bath in the ocean every single time.
That's true. Yeah, you could literally just walk into the sea. Well, actually, can you just walk into the sea?
If you think about it, during a storm, that hole would actually act as a bidet.
The world's most now that's a firework. I don't know if you heard that. That was a firework. I saw it from here.
That vibrated my windows.
Yeah.
That sounded like it was in the room above you.
By the way, if we're having guests at our 4th of July house, we're expecting them all to undertake this endeavor anytime they need to use the restroom. Yeah. I think we should probably have a porta potty rented in.
Just getting them up to the lighthouse, I think, is going to be a big ask. I don't think a lot of people are going to be keen to climb up this absolutely rusted, tetanus-riddled ladder to get up to the lighthouse.
Hey, it keeps that. It's good because it keeps out anybody who's not serious about partying.
I guess so. Yeah. Real ones only.
Here's something to consider. Is that if you are getting to this lighthouse, that means you have access to a boat.
Yes.
Which means you can be setting off fireworks on a boat.
Yes.
In the ocean.
I was thinking you set up a barge. You get a barge just loaded up with fireworks.
Yeah.
Ooh, functioning light.
It is a working lighthouse.
And not only that, if a requirement for getting to this party means you need a boat, then that means you're going to have boat friends, dudes who own boats as friends.
Yes.
Which true. And there's no better opportunity to dump tea
into the harbor
than off a boat.
Into Chesapeake Bay. Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay.
I just really wish we had more context for what room that porthole is in, because it does not elaborate on that.
My position is it's in the cavern. It's not part of the structure. It's in the caverns underneath.
This has caverns?
What other? I don't know, but that's my best guess. Where else here would you see where that hole would be?
I don't know.
I think the metal base is just hollow, and there's just no lights down there.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's in the ocean. That's cool. It's very nautical. But the thing about this as a domicile is it's all of the features of just being on a boat and all of the limitations of living on a boat, but it stays in one place. You know, I mean, it's extremely cramped, extremely outdated. There is literally no spare space of any kind for a party. let alone a cookout. I mean, there is no out on which to cook.
I think there's spare space, but also I imagine you own this place. You have a boat too, so the boat can be an extension party area.
But at that point, you're just going to stay on the boat. At that point, it's just a boat party.
No, because you got the living room too. The living room wasn't that.
Yeah, you're serving food from the kitchen.
The living room that
and you can bring it down to the boat.
One time
can we go back to the living room? How big is it? I want to see again.
Not very.
It's pretty small.
It's not that small. Yeah.
There's a 2-person couch and then a table that seats at least 2, and then a counter that seats 3, I think. So that's at least 7 people.
So I think you can fit 7 people so long as 5 of them at any one point are sitting. Only 2 people can be upright at any given time. So that's how you have to manage it.
I think you're just being a hater.
I listen. I'm trying to get in the spirit.
I think, really, and you there's a little bit of a railing area. There's a little bit of a balcony area around the light. That's where you have the grill.
Yeah.
At the top. I see this as having the potential to have an absolutely epic 4th of July party.
At the very least, a super memorable one.
Exactly.
And also, you can spend all day fishing.
Exactly.
And then you can grill the fish you catch. Like, that's cool.
You can go swimming, and then you have your boat as an extension party area. I'm putting this at the top.
Really?
I'm putting this as America. Fuck yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I have to say, I'm trying to get in the spirit. I really am. I'm trying to love this like you guys are loving it. But I regard this as a uniquely bad place, a uniquely unsuited place to host any kind of party or have any kind of celebration. I think it's cramped. It's outdated. It's not a very pleasant place. Again, if you're having a bunch of people, like not just 1 or 2 people, like how a lighthouse is supposed to function, but a bunch of people in this space, it would be unbearable. And there's nowhere to run because you're in the ocean. Yes, you have a boat. Yes, you have boat friends. But again, at that point for me, it just becomes a boat party. If I was invited, I wouldn't want to leave the boat. I would just want to stay on the boat and party on the boat in the Chesapeake Bay. I think this is a uniquely unsuited place to host a party. I don't even know, again, unless you're setting off fireworks on the boat, I don't know how that would work. For me, I'm totally the other way. I think this has got to be King George approves. I don't think that this doesn't meet the criteria for me. So, Reid, what's your opinion?
I think if you're looking at it from purely we're going to have a 4th of July party here and then never look at it again, I think it's pretty good.
Even living here for the right type of person, this is heaven.
Could be dope. Yes. I mean, very, very peaceful for sure.
I will say on the why don't you like me lobster scale, this would be at the top. But outside of that, I think it's missing what we're looking for. That's my opinion. So
okay. So I would argue in the spirit of compromise that we put this at white or blue.
Blue is fine with me because thinking about it, I am looking at the thumbnails for some of the other ones, and there is potentially venues that could do the same thing that this place does even better. So
yeah.
I mean, our top category here, America Fuck Yeah, is still totally open. So
I think we could be filling it in quite soon.
I agree. Okay, well, I think, is that the end of Reid's nominations? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay, time for our final picks. Now, these are the picks of yours truly. And we're back. All right, so let's close this out, shall we? This is the home stretch. Starting with this penthouse for $7 million in New York, New York, also known as the Latina Medium. The Latina Medium, also known as the Zulema Arroyo Farley, just listed. Well, that's kind of a weird sentence. The Latina Medium, also known as Zulema Arroyo Farley, just listed That's
the
what
person's
Zilema
nickname,
is
not the
known
name of the
as.
house.
Okay, I was like, I thought that was describing the house. Okay, Zilema Arroyo Farley, known as the Latina Medium, just listed her New York City penthouse for $7 million.
I want to know, is this a medium who is Latina, or is this a medium that can only talk to dead Latinas?
I assume it's a Latina medium, but surely
one
there's
one of those
only
is like
one
a lot
Latina
more
medium.
interesting than the other.
Yeah.
It is a little bit presumptuous to call yourself the Latina medium, but I guess this is the biggest Latina medium in New York is Zilema Arroyo Farley, and she has to be to afford this place, and she's putting it up for sale. So, first of all, oh, that's another big one.
Jesus
Did you hear that?
Christ.
That was a big one.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's in 40 minutes. It will be July 4th, so all bets are off.
It gets a cover.
Damn. And I'm sure you must be starting to hear some pops too in California, Jim.
I've been hearing them all week.
Yeah, so you know what that's like.
Can't relate.
Well, first of all, this is gorgeous. This outdoor seating area here with the fire pit. Love this. We know we're in New York. It doesn't say where in New York you are. I wonder if we can figure that out.
I mean, it's looking like Manhattan.
It does look like Manhattan. It's probably Manhattan, but it could be Brooklyn, or it could be a Long Island City in Queens.
Buildings are too old for Long Island City. I mean, not that I know that much about New York City, but isn't Long Island City pretty recent?
Yeah, a lot of the high rises there are new. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like this might be like Upper West Side.
I could see that. Nice interior, very modern, like that.
Oh, why did you choose this place? Out of curiosity.
Well, I chose it because it was pretty obvious that this is in New York. This is a New York, penthouse. And so that was pretty different from all the other places that we've picked out. Every other place has been a standalone thing, but this is the penthouse of an apartment building. So that was the main reason why I picked it. How do our calculations apply to a New York urban setting? So that's why I picked it. And it's a very nice place. My goodness. Very open, very light, very airy.
A lot of space for guests.
Yeah, a lot of space. I mean, again, it's a New York penthouse, so it's going to be nice. Yeah. Lovely
oh my
bathroom.
God,
that shower's huge.
God, what is the artist that does those?
The balloon animals.
Yeah.
Mm. Nice touch of color in the midst of all of this gray.
Like I know she was wealthy because she owned a New York penthouse, but like,
well, exactly.
Owning his artwork on top of that is ridiculous.
Jeff Koons.
Yeah.
I assume maybe some of her mediuming can take place here.
She's got the famous mid-century modern chair.
Yeah.
A lot of books.
Yeah.
Presumably medium books.
I would imagine so.
I like the planters.
How to be a medium.
She's got some gay pillows.
Gay pillows.
Fireplace.
And again, the fire pit on the roof. That's a power move. That's definitely a power move.
Roasting weenies on the couch right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's your barbecue right there. Just set up a griddle and you're good.
S'moresy.
So that's why I chose it. Every other place that we've looked at is a standalone structure of some kind, but this is an entirely different calculation. New York, apartment building, penthouse. How does that factor into our experience of July 4th?
So if we're... Go ahead.
I was going to say, if we're in New York, we are not setting off our own fireworks.
No, probably for the best.
Or at least you shouldn't, but you can get away with it.
If we're in New York City, if we're taking the assumption that we are in New York City, this is probably the best kind of venue you can get. Assuming that you're already in New York City.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah.
Because it's got the outdoor space.
Yeah.
It's got a place where you can set up a grill. It's got a lot of entertainment area.
Very inviting, very bright.
Right? You could. That's a good kitchen for setting out some hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, great kitchen. It's got one of those big, like, industrial-looking freezers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eating area.
And I mean, listen, if we assume that this is Manhattan, which I agree, this is probably Manhattan, then you look to your right, you've got the Hudson River, you've got fireworks happening there. You look to your left, you've got you've got fireworks happening over the East River. You've got fireworks, huge fireworks shows happening all over the place. So it would be a very unique vantage point to be able to appreciate all of that and take all of that in.
That's true.
So I think that on the fireworks score, this is very strong.
Yeah. I think it's very good. There's nothing to me that screams out like amazing or notable.
Yeah.
I think its strength comes from in the situation that you are in New York City, it's the best you can do. It's amazing.
Yeah, perfect.
In a general sense, it's all right.
Sure, yeah.
It's all right. It's nothing special.
I think that's fair.
But it would do a very good job for hosting a party.
Right. Yeah, I think that's very fair. So, I mean, my inclination is to rate it highly. Maybe not America, fuck yeah, but Eagle Screech? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think white tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair? Okay. Let's put it there.
Man, these next properties better be really good, otherwise we're gonna have to start shuffling stuff around.
Yeah, shuffle some stuff here. So this is one that I saw and I said, this looks like one of those. You remember those unique McDonald's, Jim, that we used to look up? Mm-hmm. This looks like it could have been one of those. But apparently, it's in Denver, Colorado, and a near perfect MCM. What is that? What does MCM stand for? Is that McMansion?
Maybe. Well, that can't be a McMansion though.
Yeah, but it's not a McMansion. So
MCM, I don't know how I blanked out on that for a second, but yeah, MCM stands for Mid-Century Modern.
Mid-Century Modern. Gotcha. Okay.
I thought it was multi-level marketing.
Yeah, multi-sevel.
Yeah.
Wow.
If we go back to the outside for a second, I just want to say I do sort of like it's like a more eclectic Mid-Century Modern. I like that. I like the little paint scheme on the garage there and the little pop of orange color on the I-beam.
Yeah, and so I think that's the perfect word for it. Eclectic. It's very eclectic.
It's tastefully eclectic.
Yeah. Whoa! Look at this. What is this?
It's a Cybertruck piano.
It's a Cybertruck grand piano.
Like linoleum tile flooring.
Wow.
Okay. Gross.
The flooring's not great. I do like that. I know what this is. It's the eclectic cousin of Mid-Century Modern, Bohemian. There is a word for that.
There you go.
Yeah. And yes, it is.
I mean, I do like all the colors. Got some nice like purple, burgundy back here.
They're
bright
tasteful.
Pop of green.
Yeah, they're tasteful pops of colors. They're not like it's not like every room is just overwhelmingly.
Yeah, it's not barraging you. You know, it's still tasteful.
Like this is the kind of interior we would need for the beach house to make that really work.
Now, what is this little gully right there? What is that?
It appears to be a fountain, but that's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a slipping.
It's a very small fountain.
A fountain on the stairs.
Surrounded on all sides by incredibly smooth linoleum flooring. The biggest trip hazard you can imagine.
You're going to want to be very careful sneaking down for a midnight snack.
Yes, it's or just turn off that, which they've clearly done here, just turn off the fountain altogether because it is hazardous.
I feel like it's more hazardous with the fountain off.
Yeah, you got to be careful walking in the dark because you can't see where the step
is and where the fountain is. I suppose. But yeah, the more we see, it's very bohemian. I think to your point, Jim, it's very bohemian.
I love the kitchen there.
Yeah.
Kitchen's nice.
Oh, you didn't or you did?
I did. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
And that blue is so pretty.
When you picture a 4th of July get together, as in you're picturing it as the Target commercial 4th of July get-togethers, this is what they look like.
And this is exactly what they look like.
This is what the Target summer catalog looks like right here.
Yeah, literally. Wowza. Okay, and then, I mean, the bedroom's very nice. This is very regal, I think. And then, oh, more color in the bathroom. Pink this time. Okay, wow.
This looks
really,
like one of the houses from Barbie.
Yeah, this is a true medley of colors, I was going to say. Yeah, very Barbie-esque. So, I mean, it's nice. I mean, this is definitely, if I attended a 4th of July party or any kind of party here, I would be having a great time, I feel like. I mean, this is all around a good space. Is it special? I don't know if I would say it's all that special, but it's pleasant. It's very pleasant.
I think it's more notable. I think it's got a good flair going to it, and it's a flair that lends itself to entertaining. Sure. It's an interesting house. It's not claustrophobic. It's open. It has fun colors. It has I think it has a festive mood in a muted sort of way. And if we go back to that first picture, the other pictures don't really allude to it, but I feel like that looks like a very good entertaining area outside. It looks like there's a covered area, and then some more outdoor seating as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a very good hosting area too.
Yeah. No, so it's solid.
And you've got the driveway for fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. So this is solid. I mean, this is all around. I think it's solid.
It's not one of the ones I more passionately defend, but I would feel very, very comfortable putting this in the top tier personally. I think it is perfect as an event venue and perfect as a place to live.
Okay, very fair. So Jim's saying America, fuck yeah. I'm leaning more. I'm just a little bit less. I'm gonna say Eagle Screech. So Reid, what do you think?
I would also say it sucks because, I'm tempted to also say Eagle Screech, but that's only because I'm so annoyed by the flooring. If it was just like a nice hardwood, this place would be gorgeous. I would love to live there. Linoleum flooring, especially if you think about people are drinking and like something like spills and now the floors are just sticky forever.
I was going to say, think about how easy it would be to clean that flooring after a party.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think this house was built for entertaining.
I can believe.
Yeah, given the outdoor space, and the kitchen is really nice. That's very spacious. I'd be down to put it in red tier.
Okay.
And keep in mind, we are giving ourselves the power to rearrange based on
we can always
having seen all the available options.
Yeah. And so then, let's continue rocketing to the end here with Henderson, Nevada.
We're going to need to refresh one more time.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Okay,
there we
see
go.
that?
Okay. So let's take it to the end here with Henderson, Nevada.
Yes, and so I picked this one because honestly I thought it looked like a club from the outside, but it's a house. On today's episode of You Never Know What's Going On Inside a Home, Part 54. Diamond
Okay, so let's just say this. The fact that it's in the Vegas area in that caption, I'm a little wary. I'm a little scared. Yes. Vegas houses can be very bizarre on the inside.
Yes, it looks like a club from the outside, but let's see what's going on the inside. 1.4 million, 4 beds, 4 baths.
Plenty of room for a potato shed. Why does he keep saying that?
I swear Samir is just obsessed with these potatoes. I don't know.
Is this a running joke?
I guess it must be, clearly.
I like the door.
Yeah, nice door.
Do I like the door? Do I like a see-through door? I don't know.
Well, it's not totally see-through. It's just Here, wait, zoom in on the front yard there. Oh, there's a road right there. Okay. I was hoping there would be a lot of land around this property, but it doesn't seem like there is.
I mean, it says it's almost a full acre.
Yeah, almost a full acre.
Yeah, it must be in the backyard.
Okay, well, so far this is fine. This isn't too crazy.
This is a good, entertaining, welcome area.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of color. And
yeah, I will say.
A chandelier straight out of the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas. They must have.
Yeah.
They must have gotten it from one of those. I mean, the casinos in Vegas do when they refresh their hotels, they do like the big casino yard sale type thing.
Oh yeah.
This probably came straight out of the Cosmopolitan.
I can definitely see that, and honestly, I really dig it because also reminiscent of the Cosmo, all this purple, and my favorite color has historically been purple. I love purple. And so I'm digging the vibe in this room. I really am enjoying this. So, okay, very spacious kitchen. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Got a nice pelt of some kind of bear pelt on the floor.
I like the separate refrigerator specifically just for alcoholic beverages.
Yep, gotta have that.
This does make things easier for guests, I will say.
The kitchen could benefit from an island, but.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's got a bear pelt, so I hope that's something. Laundry room. This is not crazy. This is seeming pretty good.
It's a little gaudy for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The purple was a little much.
I will say the shag carpet. I'm not loving the shag carpet in this bedroom. Not loving that.
I like a shag carpet for a bedroom personally. It makes it feel more like a home to me.
I like a small shag carpet that doesn't take up the entire floor, but like takes up a nice space in front of the bed.
I've always grown up in a home with mostly carpets. I will say something I really hate about hotels or Airbnbs or being at other people's houses is that a lot of people have non-carpeted flooring. And the feeling of getting up in the morning and putting my feet down on cold, hard flooring is the worst feeling known to man.
Well, you need slippers then. That's your solution. Get some slippers. Or some socks. Put some socks on.
I can't sleep with socks on. I get hot.
Yeah, who sleeps with socks on? Jesus. Heathens, that's who.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
I want carpeting everywhere. I want carpeting to make a comeback. That's what I want.
I want carpeting in my bathrooms.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Carpeted toilets.
I want carpeting in the damn shower.
And clearly in this room, just having carpet on the floor wasn't enough because they put another carpet on the wall as well. So I think you've got a fellow carpet fan here.
Yeah, the next room is just a padded cell.
That's not
Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh.
Now we're in Vegas. Look at this. Wow.
What is it? It's jewelry. The cases are full of.
That's a solid gold table.
Is this owned by the guy from Uncut Gems?
You would think so.
The table even has a case in it.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, you're right.
This is a legit showroom.
This looks like the dining room for the collector.
It does. It really does. Wow. Okay, so now we're getting into the Vegas of it all. This is clearly the main attraction of the house.
This is too much. That's too much.
Yeah, that pushed it over the edge.
I kind of like it. You guys are going to fight me on it, but I like it. I think this is cool. I would really enjoy coming to a party here. Everything for the most part is very new, very sleek, very, refurbished and styled nicely, spacious. I love, it's got some areas that feel cozy, like the bedroom. It's got other areas that are a lot more, for much more so for entertaining. I love the purple, as you guys know. And then this room, this is the pièce de résistance. I mean, this is like
hate.
I kind of
like mirrors on the ceiling.
The haphazard mirrors. Haphazardly placed mirrors. Like you're falling down the well of Alice.
Is that a mirror too, or is that just like a Doctor Strange portal to the next room? Like I can't.
Oh God! In the grand realm of Zillow Gone Wild, I don't hate it. I just strongly dislike it.
So here's what I'll say. Would it be good for a party? Yes. Would it be good for a 4th of July party? No. This is a house party space. This is not a 4th of July barbecue cookout.
I would go further than that. This is not even just a house party space. This is an eyes wide shut party space.
That's fair. It would be a great house for an orgy. No doubt about that.
This is the kind of party where everyone has to be wearing Venetian masks.
Yes. I will grant you this is a bit of an orgy house, but that's a sign that it's a good party house.
There's a steady supply of cocaine in every room.
I mean, it is Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how Vegas does 4th of July.
Yeah. So I like it.
You don't need space outdoors to do fireworks. The fireworks are going on in the bedroom.
Exactly. That's very true. So I like it. I would say probably, I would say for me, Eagle Screech is where I would put it. But it sounds like, Jim, you're a lot more skeptical. And Reid, I'm not sure.
I can't in good conscience rate it that high.
This is very aristocratically decadent, and I put it in King George approves if it were me.
Especially that room filled with golds and jewels.
Yeah.
So how about
the crown jewels?
So how about red, white, and black, and we can reorganize it at the end?
Very well.
Okay. All right, last two. All right, this is a 7.65 acre island in Branford, Connecticut. Branford, Connecticut. What do we have here? It's somewhere. There it is. Okay, so just outside of New Haven, we have this island in Branford.
I'm sure is that it right there?
Which one?
Is it the big island to the right? A little bit up. Oop. A little bit up, Is it Rogers Island?
Rogers Island, yeah.
I think it's Rogers Island.
Top left. Yeah.
Top left.
Right above Dick Rocks.
Rogers Island. Oh yeah, Rogers Island. Look at that.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay, here's your chance to own
that gives you a good sense of scale, because that was one of the biggest islands in the bay.
Yeah. 10 beds, 8 baths, 9,000 square feet.
9,000 square feet.
35 million, and the whole island is yours. So here's
I think that's a pretty good deal for an entire island.
A studio, a tennis court, gardens,
formal gardens,
3 private beaches, 2 docks, putting green, a staff quarters, greenhouse, and more.
A staff quarters we all have to look up. When was slavery outlawed in Connecticut? Did Connecticut ever have slavery? We have to double check that.
How old is the house? How old?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
I had such high hopes.
I was getting really excited.
Okay, well hold on. The kitchen.
A return to base.
Maybe we're back with the kitchen. Oh, look at this. Whoa. Oh, I bet a TV comes out of that. It's one of those elevating TVs that comes out.
That's there's interesting to put it at the foot of the bed instead of
it's very close though.
Yeah, that's intimidating.
I do like the big playing cards though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, but imagine you're lying in bed, you pull up the TV, go on YouTube, pull up a roller coaster POV video.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun, actually.
And get your kids to go shake the bed.
Yeah. No, don't do it.
I like how you're not.
I mean, listen, if kids aren't good for doing fun stuff like that, then I don't know what they are good for, honestly. Then they're just eating your food and costing you money. So, okay. Well, here's, I guess, is this a guest house?
I guess
or
so.
Maybe that's the staff quarters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's the formal
gardens.
Lovely pool. perfect for entertaining. I mean, this whole setup.
Yeah.
Even you got a gazebo over here.
Love a gazebo.
Yeah, this would be a good setting for a Love Island type show.
Yeah, actually, it would be perfect for that. Yeah, love that gazebo.
What just happened?
Got multiple piers.
Yeah, that first or that second image is just like so out there compared to everything else, which is so normal.
This one?
Yeah.
That
just looks straight up Photoshop too. Right?
I mean,
Doesn't that look not real? Look at the windows.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I mean,
like they have an image of their house inside their house.
Oh my god!
Right? I swear to God, this picture is photoshopped.
I think it
like
might
the fire doesn't look real.
I think the general room is correct, but it's probably completely unfurnished.
Yeah, maybe this is an impression of what the room could be.
Yeah.
Once you put stuff in it.
It's giving those like Amazon products where you like swipe through it and it's clearly the same image, but they just Photoshop the color to be different.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well the model is in the exact same pose, so this can't be.
But you're getting an idea of what you'll be having. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's beautiful right there. This looks like the a great place for a wedding.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. My God.
Also, same point as a lighthouse. If you're coming to this island, that means you have a boat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, boat party, boat fireworks too.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, and there's a bunch of little tiny islands around it that you could just set up all the fireworks on.
Oh yeah.
And yes, to be honest, every single advantage that lighthouse might have had, this island has times 10.
Yeah. I mean, it blows it out of the water in every way. I mean, it's a tiny lighthouse versus a mansion with a koi pond and a tennis court and a nice swimming pool and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think just based off this listing, the lighthouse might need to just drop down to the bottom tier immediately.
Yeah, I mean, endless things to do for all of your guests. A pool, a putting green, plenty of places to barbecue. Plenty of places for your guests to crash. Fireworks are taken care of. Mm-hmm. You have an entire island to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
I mean, 3 private beaches.
3 private beaches.
So, like, you could have this massive party that splits up into smaller parties if you wanted.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever gone swimming in Connecticut? Would it be cold?
Oh, it's cold as hell, but you still got a nice beach.
It's true. I mean, hell, the Pacific here, because of the currents, is cold as hell. So I can't even say that California is any different. So
I think look, the Jersey Shore is swimmable in the summer. It takes a little bit of time to get like used to the waters, and this is going to be a little bit warmer than that. So
but this is New England though, and we know from experience, Reid, if you remember, on I think it was our 7th grade capstone, we went up to Massachusetts. And one of those days, we went to the beach, and that water was unbelievably cold. I remember that. Yeah. And that was like in June. That wasn't like, late end of the year. That was like in the summer.
Well, to be fair, having spent a lot of time at both California beaches and the Jersey Shore, the East Coast water is warmer.
It is. No, the Jersey Shore is warmer, but New England is different. That's my point.
Really?
Yeah, my mind was still in
Oh, because that makes sense because, I mean, the water on the East Coast is warmer because the currents are coming up from the equator.
Exactly.
But based on where this house is geographically, Long Island would be blocking those warmer currents.
It would be, precisely, as you can see here.
Yeah.
And so there is a big difference between what your experience would be here on the Jersey Shore versus up here. And I know that from experience. Yeah. So...
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. But
I mean, you have a beach.
Yeah, you've got 3 beaches.
It still has to be fuck yeah tier. Like,
I don't think it's any
there's
question.
no way it can be anything less than that.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest, I kind of knew going in that this was going to be something of an unfair advantage, but yeah, it has to be top tier. There's not a single thing here that you're left wanting for in terms of a place to host a massive party, to host people, entertain people. Everything you want is there. So, all right, our final listing, and this one is very exciting. I knew when we saw this, I had to have it. This is the house from Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. We've all seen the movie, right? We've all seen that movie.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that movie. I love that
Hot
movie.
take. I liked it more than the first one.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but I loved that movie.
Here's what I'll say. I loved the first one, and I love the second one too. I love them both equally.
They're both different movies.
Yeah.
They are different movies.
Only one of them has Janelle Monáe.
That is true. And Janelle Monáe, my God, she knocked it out of the park in Glass Onion. I mean, I adore both of those movies.
That's true, but so did every single cast member of the original movie. So.
Yeah. Well,
also, it's rumored that the third Knives Out movie will be about the attempted murder of Jeremy Renner specifically.
I'd like to see that.
Is this related to the snowmobile incident?
Yeah, has the snowplow come back?
They're thinking because the apparent title is like winter themed. I forget what it is. And it's starring Jeremy Renner, but in this movie, they share a Jeremy Renner hot sauce, which means in the Knives Out universe, Jeremy Renner is a real person.
That's a good
So
point.
they might just go like full out. Someone was trying to murder Jeremy Renner.
You know, I could see that.
I mean, there's no reason to believe the series isn't based in reality. They play Among Us.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So yeah, once I saw this, I just knew I had to nominate it. So. Wow, I mean, once again, I'm pretty sure that they probably just maintained all of the same styling and sets from the movie. This is a scene from the movie.
Do we know where this is?
Well, in the movie, it's supposed to be Greece, I believe,
right.
or is it Italy? No, it's Greece.
It's Greece.
It's Greece, yeah. But
so
I'm not sure if that's
American.
Where this real house is.
Yeah.
That's an important consideration.
Yeah.
Where is the Glass Onion house? Oh, I clicked streaming. Netflix, by the way.
Now streaming on Netflix.
It is in Greece. It is in Greece.
Okay, so a ways off.
Points off.
Points off, not America, but birthplace of democracy.
I mean, again, because we've all established we all love this movie. And again, everything is the same from the movie. So, that's got to count for something. The pool scene.
I think the points taken off for not being based in America can be added back on from the fact that it's in the birthplace of democracy. And the 4th of July is an evolution of that timeline, of that legacy.
Absolutely.
If you're watching this video a year from now, you must be fucking dying with laughter.
What is something going on with democracy in the United States?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
We're fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're cool.
Hey.
If you're watching this, we're dead.
You could be watching this a year from now, safe in the knowledge that, wow, we did it. In under a year, we purged all of the anti-democratic elements from our country, and the 4th of July has a greater meaning than it ever has.
Yeah. Here's an idea, guys. Maybe we come back to this video in 1 year's time, and we've actually survived.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that?
Not only survived,
but
thrived.
Yeah, I'd say there's a non-zero chance that we might survive, and that's something.
Anyways,
but yes, the Glass Onion house.
Beautiful pool. I mean, so many areas for entertaining, as we saw from the movie.
Yes.
Very good place to entertain. You could get lost here.
Yes.
In the best way possible.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it does run entirely on hydrogen, so it's a little bit flammable. But,
flammable plus fireworks. I don't know, but
we'll have the fireworks on another island.
Yeah, that's
okay. If you go back to the last image of the overhead shot, it looks like, is that its own vineyard on the left? Is that what that is? Because if
It
that's a vineyard, then that's the alcohol taken care of. Actually,
Yeah.
it's more like an olive grove.
Yeah, it
Hey,
could be.
but all the olive oil for the grilling you could ever need.
Yeah, remember all that extra virgin olive oil from the first house? Well, this is where it comes from. It's being produced here.
Beautiful beach, completely with its own cove.
Aegean Sea, just lovely crystal clear water.
Oh.
Beautiful. So we've all established, right, that we all love the movie. And so, I mean, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so obviously we are a bit biased, but it's great. I mean, again, there's nothing that you would want here for hosting a lot of people, hosting a party. The only demerit is that it's in Greece. It's pretty distant from 4th of July, but
I feel like.
I say the demerit is offset from the fact that Greece is the birthplace of democracy.
Yeah. And it's featured in a beloved American film. So.
Yeah.
Also, it depends on where in Greece it is. Mm-hmm. If it's in the Athenian region of Greece, sure. If it's in the Spartan region of Greece, then goes back to being a demerit because very anti-democratic, those Spartans.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you can see where they shot various scenes from the film. So love that. So yeah, I mean, once again, is it a little bit of a cheat code? Yes, but it's perfect. I mean, other than being in Greece, it's perfect.
I mean, where else could we put it? Not only does it perfectly slot in at the top, but
look at what happened. Look at what has naturally happened.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. So.
I just want to point out that I filled out that bottom row all by myself.
Yeah, 3 Reid contributions here. And all of mine, all 3 America fuck yeahs are mine.
Hey, well, you cheated by choosing genuinely cool looking properties.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean,
I chose the weirdest looking ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's take stock here. I think that let's see. In Eagle Screech, we've got 2 from Jim, 1 from me. In Red, White, and Blair, we've got 1 Jim, 1 Reid. This is yours, and 1 me. And then Democratic Backsliding, we've got Jim Reid. Have I got that right? So okay, so I think, again, not to toot my own horn, but if we're taking score here, I think I win the top spot. I get the most points, followed by Jim, followed by Reid. That's
I think we could ask one more interesting question to close it out here.
Yes, please.
What is your top choice? If you're hosting the party, which one are you choosing?
Okay, well, starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, starting with me, I have to say, I have to say, obviously the island in Connecticut is awesome, but for me, it has to be the Glass Onion House. Again, it's the perfect, that's also an island, by the way. It's a huge, massive mansion on its own private island. I adore that film. Just walking around and thinking, oh, Daniel Craig filmed this scene here, and Dave Bautista's filmed this scene here. I could do that all day, honestly, have a great time, independent of July 4th. So for me, it has to be the Glass Onion House. That's got to be my favorite of these.
Okay, Reid.
So I'm actually gonna give kind of a wild card here, but for me personally, where I would love to host is actually the Fire Station House, because just that garage band image in my head, where you got live music going, very very chill. You got the indoor outdoor fluid space, or you're barbecuing or just fireworks. Like I'm not a crazy party guy. I'm a very chill guy. So
right,
that would be my pick.
You know what's fascinating? That was going to be my pick as well.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It just works so well. The indoor outdoor vibe that you could set up there. It's not too ostentatious. It's not too rich. It's a nice laid back sort of place. That could be, with the open doors, you can make this a whole neighborhood type event. Get all the family and the neighbors together. You're not secluding yourself from the rest of society like the islands.
Yep.
Which would be fun, but I feel 4th of July is a community event.
It is.
Sure, you want to be able to move around. Sure.
Right. So I would choose this place too.
Okay.
And here's a thought. If we go back to the tier list, if 2 of us would choose this as our prime place, maybe we should switch the Denver house and that fire station house. If 2 of us are choosing this as our top place, it stands to reason that that should be in the top tier.
That's fair to me. Yeah. That sounds fair to me. All right. Well, 2 out of 3 majority rules. We're hosting our Independence Day party in Pasadena at Fire Station number 2.
Perfect. I'm an hour away.
There you go.
The commute's going to be a little rough for y'all.
More than that.
Better book your tickets because it is tomorrow afternoon. So I'll get there first. I'll set it all up.
Actually, for me, it's in 1 minute. So I don't think I'm going to make it.
Let's get on the plane. Let's get on the plane, buddy.
As the 4th of July
God, I
is
still have to pack.
arriving
Shit.
mere seconds from now.
The good thing is we're 3 hours behind. So
That's true.
You're only losing 2 hours when you get back here. You've got time. Time. Get an early morning flight, 5 a.m. If it leaves at 5, it would get here at 10 your time. So it would get here at 7. So perfect.
Ready to start the day.
I'll pick you up from LAX, and that'll only take 3 or 4 hours. And we're set.
Yeah, well, I think this is very auspicious. We're wrapping up the episode literally at midnight on July 4th. It doesn't get better than that. It is officially July 4th now, so happy birthday,
If you're watching this on July 4th,
speak for yourselves,
has occurred.
Well, for 2/3 of us, which once again, majority rules, it is now Independence Day. So happy birthday, America.
Democracy at work. We did it.
All right, well, this has been a blast. I hope that our latest edition of Zillow Gone Wild has been as much fun for you guys as it has been for me, because I had a ton of fun.
This was a great time. So I mean, it took us so long to get through this, but yes. I had a great time the whole time. Zillow Gone Wild is so fun. There's just so much weird shit on there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, as you said, Jim, we have taken up way too much of your time, so let's wrap this up. But I just wanted to say thank you so much again for joining us for this special episode. Like I said, our first guest appearance of Season 4, and first of many. We hope to have you back again soon. So
I would love to be back. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. We've got some stuff in the burner we got to get to, so I'll be back.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring me back before NFL season. I've got some things to say.
Oh, you got it. All right. Well, with that, thank you all so much for watching, and we will be back on your screens with something new very soon. Take care, everybody.
Happy 4th of July.
That bombshell. Time to end.
Happy 4th. Goodbye, everybody.
Happy 3rd. Bye.